Aloha Gemini, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your spirit messages for December 2022. We're going to look at your general tarot scope. So we're going to look at the goddesses, gods, and guardians cards. I'm just doing a little Palo Santo to clear your area here. Smells so good. Okay, and we'll just let that do its thing. So we are going to look at the gods, goddesses, and guardians cards, as well as the Star Codes Astro, Oracle, and the Light Seers Tarot. All of my decks, I've been asked what decks that I use, so I put the list and the links to the Amazon links below, so you can just click on it easy and order your deck. Okay. Before I get started, I want to say thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for hitting that bell button. All those things help my channel to grow and expand. Also, thank you for those who have donated, tipped, sent me snail mail, commented. We are building a beautiful community here, and I'm so appreciative for all of that. Many of you have asked me privately, how did I open my intuition? And I had a wake-up experience in 2002, but it wasn't until 2012 that I learned what happened to me. I started taking neurolinguistics programming courses, and there was a course called Diamonds in Your Mind. It was a meditative right brain training. So you build your right brain muscles. You learn how to, I learned how to regulate my body for perfect health from the inside out. I learned how to open my intuition more and more, and that's how I did it. That is now, it used to be I had to go to class in person. Now my mentor is offering that as an online course. You pay one time, so you invest one time, and then you get that course for life to watch over and over again. The more you watch it, the more your intuition expands. So I put the information in the description box below on how to sign up for that course. So that's very, very exciting, as well as I do a contest every month, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. I'll let you know at the end of the video how to enter that drawing, as some are here just for the messages. All right, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, do watch your Moon and Rising signs. If you don't have time for all three, at least watch your Rising or Ascendant sign. That is going to be how you're most likely going to see things play out in the physical world. Okay, so let's get to it. Gemini, we're going to look at the gods, goddesses, and guardians cards. All right. Woo! You got the sun god Ra. I don't know why I'm all singy for your reading. This is funny. All right, you got Ra. Share your gift. The perfect time is now. Say yes and show up. Ra was the god of heaven, the sun, and the origin of life in Egyptian mythology. Described as creator of everything, he was so powerful and popular, and his worship so enduring, that some scholars say the Egyptian religion had only one god, Ra. The Egyptians built solar temples in his honor, and throughout the dynastic period, he took many other blended forms such as Ra, Horikthi, and Amun-Ra. Ra was a high priest in Atlantis and watches over those who are now rediscovering their Atlantean gifts. Beautiful Gemini. Okay, so this month of December, you're being asked to come out of hiding, as it were, in some way, and share your gifts. The two ancient cultures that are most talked about are Lemuria, or Mu. Mu's the actual name. And then Atlantis. Mu is the technology of the heart. Atlantis was the technology of the mind. Okay, so for you, having Ra show up, it means that you have some sort of gift, technology, information that needs to be shared with others. Okay, some of you may have a really brilliant idea that's going to end up being, like, I'm seeing, like, some of you, this is not going to be for everyone clearly because it's so I'm reading for a very large group, but this is so specific. But it's like some of you have an app idea that you would like to bring out into the world, and now's the time. It's like what you have discovered, or the technology that you have, is going to be really helpful to others for you to share your gift. So that's about like, you know, technology that we like, hardware that we can use, or software rather. And then there's technology of the mind and information. So some of the things that some of you might be getting, spiritual downloads, a technology of how to help others or heal others, and now is the time in December to start sharing that gift with others, to be the light for others. You are, you have Ra, the sun god, and the creator of everything, is coming out as a helper to you. All right, let's look at the Star Codes Astro, go a little deeper, see what areas that you're sharing your gifts in, Gemini. Beautiful. Oh, you got 4 of these cards. All right, you got transits, climate, 3rd house of communication, Vesta, the hearth and home, your hearth fire, and Virgo, digest. So yes, you could be dealing with a Virgo, but this is more specifically saying that the information, the gifts that you have are going to help people to move through transition. You have a gift of communication. Gemini, you are ruled by Mercury, so you are gifted communicators as is. Many Geminis have the gift of gab. You know how to talk story and share information with one another. And this information and this communication that you're sharing is about hearth and home, about digesting information. Now, some of you, it may be actual nutritional information. Virgo rules over the digestive system and the stomach. Okay, Gemini rules over the limbs, as well as I think you have some to do with the lungs as well. So you're going to be coming forward and sharing your gifts. It also feels like there's some changes that are happening at this time that you're in December, because with this hearth, I always think hearth and home, you know, that your center fire, your hearth, you know, it's like we build the fire in the center of our home so that the whole home is warm. And this feels like inside of you, there's a new fire, a new passion that's being ignited, and you're about to communicate that to the world. You're about to integrate that. Now, I also am seeing that you may be changing some things with this transits and the climate, as it were. Now, some of you, it might be that you have a passion about climate change, again, very specific, but this is more to do with shifts and movements is what I'm seeing. And so you're basically going to be moving into a position where some of you may be moving, changing where you live, your location, to somewhere that's better environment for you. Some of you might know how to do farming, irrigation, other things of that sort, because as I'm looking at this Virgo card in the wheat, I saw someone move to a farm or to a community, and your knowledge and your gift of not just the communication, but knowing how to put systems in place, because Virgos are about the details and systems. So you're coming through as yourself with this communication, and coming through with the systems that are going to help others. So it could be literal farming that you're doing, but any way it goes, you're communicating with others and putting systems in place that's going to help people to digest information, digest physically, but it's going to create passion and more vitality. Some of you, this may have to do with the physical body, because we have the hearth, you know, reigniting that fire. So you might be helping communicate with others and sharing your gift of your knowledge of the physical body and how to work that body in order for optimal health. There's many, many different ways that this is showing up for you. So take what resonates with you. You know what you've been passionate about, Gemini, and what you haven't quite put the action steps in yet to what you haven't quite put the action steps in to have happen. And now those movements and those changes are happening for you. Okay, let's get the tarot and go a little bit deeper for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. And I feel like, because like as I'm trying to do your reading, it's not as clear. I have thoughts coming in really, really quickly, which makes me feel like as you are starting to watch this reading, it's like kind of chaotic thinking patterns. Like you've got so many different ideas happening and so many different things in motion that it's almost like the feeling that I'm getting is a bit of confusion or mental fatigue, and that's about to change. That's what's transiting. You're going to come back into your power, and what they're showing me is that you have in December extreme focus. Okay. Wow. And one more. Oh my gosh. Okay. So your overall theme is Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I just was shuffling that the entire time. So every sign so far has gotten the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this means multiple things. It can mean leaving your home community, going off on your own, separating from a group. It can be the hoarder of the deck, meaning that you're hoarding money and energy and resources. The message that I'm getting collectively for December is to save your money and to avoid overspending. During these holiday times and things, people want to overspend, and or they're asked to, at least in the US. And this is a time, there is a reason why it's coming up for everyone to just save your money back this month. So just be careful with your spending, save your money back. So there's a reason to really consider, do I actually need that item? Is this item going to be useful in the next 5 years? There's just an element of saving some money back. We've got a very world-changing financial climate happening right now. So that's just a generalized message. It has come up in every single reading so far. I only have 2 more readings to do. So I'm taking that as a sign and a hint that Spirit's got a message about that, okay? But for you personally, Gemini, we've got Knight of Pentacles. There's something that you've been working on. Let me take a drink here. There's something that you have been working on, and it has been slow to come into fruition, but I will say that the technology you have, your gift, your idea, this feels more business oriented for most, okay, though it can apply it in any other way. But what I'm getting is that you have an idea, a project, a gift to share with the world that has been slow to come into form. But in the month of, I just got a really strong itch on my left ear. Okay, so either that's happening to you, or it's like a really strong itch. So if that's happening to you, pay close attention. I just pay attention to what happens in my body. Okay, we have the Tower, Justice, and Seven of Swords. This is amazing. Some things are changing. So what was slow to come to fruition, the shock and surprise is there's going to be quick changes for you in the month of December. You're going to come into balance and justice, and someone who maybe did something behind your back or it was shady, you're going to come out looking well, like things in your favor. And we'll see if you've been dealing with any legal issues, Gemini. It looks like things are going to take a turn in your favor in this month of December. Okay, so if you've been dealing, like I said, with any kind of legal issues, anything that's been out of balance, you've been, it does feel like at work, but it could also be personal. All right, but where there's been some hidden information, now that's going to come out and actually balances things on your side. Some of you, not all of you, there's a few that this does have to do with like physical in-court lawsuits, and it's saying it's going to come out in your favor because we have the Emperor and then the Six of Cups, okay, with that justice. For most of you, this change that's happening is you've had these hidden gifts and talents. If this is in the workplace and you don't have your own business yet, it feels like the Tower is that either your boss steps down, or someone who is doing something shady in the past will be found out, and then you're going to come into a position of power. So you either take their spot, you open your own business, because this is all about the transits and sharing your gifts in your communication and creating a new passion. The Six of Cups is nostalgia from the past. It is a warning to, avoid going back to something in the past. So if someone shows up, a lot of readers read Six of Cups. Yes, it can be a soulmate type of card, but the traditional reading of this card is rose-colored glasses, and it's a warning not to go back to the past. Do your nostalgia, but learn from the past and move on. So there's something in business or otherwise where you're remembering a dream from your past, and you're going to bring it into fruition. Okay, so for some of you, you've had certain gifts and abilities, even if these are psychic gifts in your information. You've had gifts and abilities your entire life, and now it's time to share it. It's almost like you kind of you focused elsewhere, or you've had this idea. It feels very much like an inventive idea. You've had this idea for a really long time, and you put it on the back burner, but you've been thinking, hey, this would really serve humanity since you were young. Okay, now this isn't love heavy, but if it's love romance, this is just saying that person from the past, you are going to get justice, but you're going to get it through sharing your gift, through you shining, through you having your glow up. It is a warning to hold your energy back, and it is a warning to avoid taking back that person from the past. So this isn't one of those readings that says take your person back from the past. I'm not a huge proponent of taking back people from the past. I've done it. We've all done it. Okay. But there's a reason why you were asked to move on, or you vibrated out of a situation. I mean, once in a while it works out, but typically it's best to learn your lesson and move forward, right? So, and in this case, this particular reading, there are readings where it says, hey, this person's changed. In this case, no, you're going to find out some truth. If it's a love reading, that actually gives you a positive advantage. It gives you closure. It gives you the balance that you've been asking for, but it is a warning not to take back that person. If anything, they owe you something. So if, this person comes back in and they want to give you some money or something else for, this could be a love or a business partner, but it does feel like a person from the past does owe you something. So you may get an apology, or they may get found out, and you'll get some money back on the deal here. But I would highly recommend avoiding continuing a relationship with them. But for the most part, this particular reading isn't so much about love. It's more about you sharing your gifts, your abilities, and your talents. Something that you've had in your heart, in your mind for many, many years. It's an idea that's been wanting to come to fruition, and finally everything is kind of moving about this Tower and these transits. Okay, the Tower comes when it's been time for us to share our gift, or make a move, or have some action, and the Tower comes when Spirit has to get involved. So this is destined. Okay, now Spirit has gotten involved and said the change is now. We need this information now. And notice that this Tower produces a bunch of butterflies. Butterflies symbolize transformation. So you are transforming. You are going to be sharing your gifts, and I love that it's the Sun God Ra and orange butterflies. You're transforming into your power. Okay, so really, really grateful, you guys. I'm going to leave that there. I'm excited, Gemini, for what you share in December, what gifts that you have the courage to step up and share with the world, and what inventions that you bring to the world, because I know whatever these are, they feel like they would be so useful. I'm like, ooh, what's Gemini going to create or share with us? What information do they have that's going to make life so much easier? And whoever it is that's got this app coming out, let me know once it's out in the comments what it is, because it feels like something I would really like to use. And I don't have like any Gemini in my chart, so I'm counting on you guys to bring this forth. Okay, so loving that. Thank you so much, Gemini. I appreciate you. And that's your reading for December. For those of you who would like to enter the drawing, remember it's free to enter, free to win. Here's how you do it. You be a subscriber if you're not already, so subscribe and hit that bell button, like and share this video, and then in the comment section below, write, I am sharing my gifts now. I am sharing my gifts now. That lets me know that you would like to enter the drawing. I'll do that on the first of the month and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So until next time, aloha.